a Florida university for $8,000. I feel really excited, and it's just a great opportunity because I didn't know a lot about these colleges before, and having the opportunity to talk to like the director of the admissions office, like it's more personal.
This is the one time where kids will get an opportunity to see colleges and universities from all across the nation, specifically historically black colleges and universities, and maybe the only time they'd ever be able to access one of these schools.
I got accepted into Riley College. I feel really good, and I feel like I came a long way from my freshman year, so hopefully the future will be better.
Seeing Kira get accepted to Wiley College is such a historic moment for not only our school, but for her family and for herself. So I am so proud of her and cannot wait to support her in Marshall, Texas.
A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of spirit for going to colleges, particularly for historically black colleges and universities, and consistent with our strategic plan where we are providing resources both inside and outside the classroom to give kids the opportunities that they need in order to pursue a postgraduate career. I want to thank our Board of Education for continuing to support our efforts here in the Rialto Unified School District.
On today's Bridging Futures, the United College Action Network UCAN College Fair brings post-secondary college opportunities to RUSD seniors.
We are here with over 30 colleges and universities that will be doing on-the-spot admissions and scholarships. Today, we hope to see up to 1,000 students from the surrounding districts, and in this partnership this year, we expect to get 200 to 300 Rialto Unified School District students accepted to college. We are confident we'll have over $2 million in scholarship offers.
It feels good to be accepted to a college. Like, that's my first application. I've always wanted to go to an HBCU. My family's from HBCUs. And it just feels good to, follow in their footsteps.
I just got accepted to Johnson C. Youth University. It's a good opportunity for me. I feel happy about it. HBCU, I want to experience that.
Our students have worked hard in preparing their resumes and preparing their communication skills for interviews. What is unique about this college fair is that students get on-the-spot scholarships, they get full rides, they get admission, which basically helps them to be really jazzed up about the college admissions process.
I'm from Rialto High School, and I just got accepted to Tuskegee University, and I know my mom's going to be very proud.
I got a scholarship to a Florida university for $8,000. I feel really excited, and it's just a great opportunity because I didn't know a lot about these colleges before, and having the opportunity to talk to like the director of the admissions office, like it's more personal.
This is the one time where kids will get an opportunity to see colleges and universities from all across the nation, specifically historically black colleges and universities, and maybe the only time they'd ever be able to access one of these schools.
I got accepted into Riley College. I feel really good, and I feel like I came a long way from my freshman year, so hopefully the future will be better.
Seeing Kira get accepted to Wiley College is such a historic moment for not only our school, but for her family and for herself. So I am so proud of her and cannot wait to support her in Marshall, Texas.
A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of spirit for going to colleges, particularly for historically black colleges and universities, and consistent with our strategic plan where we are providing resources both inside and outside the classroom to give kids the opportunities that they need in order to pursue a postgraduate career. I want to thank our Board of Education for continuing to support our efforts here in the Rialto Unified School District.
On today's Bridging Futures, the United College Action Network UCAN College Fair brings post-secondary college opportunities to RUSD seniors.
We are here with over 30 colleges and universities that will be doing on-the-spot admissions and scholarships. Today, we hope to see up to 1,000 students from the surrounding districts, and in this partnership this year, we expect to get 200 to 300 Rialto Unified School District students accepted to college. We are confident we'll have over $2 million in scholarship offers.
It feels good to be accepted to a college. Like, that's my first application. I've always wanted to go to an HBCU. My family's from HBCUs. And it just feels good to, follow in their footsteps.
I just got accepted to Johnson C. University. It's a good opportunity for me. I feel happy about it. HBCU, I want to experience that.
Our students have worked hard in preparing their resumes and preparing their communication skills for interviews. What is unique about this college fair is that students get on-the-spot scholarships, they get full rides, they get admission, which basically helps them to be really jazzed up about the college admissions process.
I'm from Rialto High School and I just got accepted to Tuskegee University, and I know my mom's going to be very proud.
I got a scholarship to a Florida university for $8,000. I feel really excited, and it's just a great opportunity because I didn't know a lot about these colleges before, and having the opportunity to talk to the director of the admissions office, it's more personal.
This is the one time where kids will get an opportunity to see colleges and universities from all across the nation, specifically historically black colleges and universities, and maybe the only time they'd ever be able to access one of these schools.
I got accepted into Wiley College. I feel really good, and I feel like I came a long way from my freshman year, so hopefully the future will be better.
Seeing Kira get accepted to Wiley College is such a historic moment for not only our school, but for her family and for herself. So I am so proud of her and cannot wait to support her in Marshall, Texas.
A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of spirit for going to college, particularly for historically black colleges and universities, and consistent with our strategic plan where we are providing resources both inside and outside the classroom to give kids the opportunities that they need in order to pursue a postgraduate career. I want to thank our Board of Education for continuing to support our efforts here in the Rialto Unified School District.
On today's Bridging Futures, the United College Action Network UCAN College Fair brings post-secondary college opportunities to RUSD seniors.
We are here with over 30 colleges and universities that will be doing on-the-spot admissions and scholarships. Today, we hope to see up to 1,000 students from the surrounding districts, and in this partnership this year, we expect to get 200 to 300 Rialto Unified School District students accepted to college. We are confident we'll have over $2 million in scholarship offers.
It feels good to be accepted to a college. Like, that's my first application. I've always wanted to go to an HBCU. My family's from HBCUs. And it just feels good to, follow in their footsteps.
I just got accepted to Johnson C. University. It's a good opportunity for me. I feel happy about it. HBCU, I want to experience that.
Our students have worked hard in preparing their resumes and preparing their communication skills for interviews. What is unique about this college fair is that students get on-the-spot scholarships, they get full rides, they get admission, which basically helps them to be really jazzed up about the college admissions process.
I'm from Rialto High School and I just got accepted to Tuskegee University, and I know my mom's going to be very proud.
I got a scholarship to a Florida university for $8,000. I feel really excited, and it's just a great opportunity because I didn't know a lot about these colleges before, and having the opportunity to talk to the director of the admissions office, it's more personal.
This is the one time where kids will get an opportunity to see colleges and universities from all across the nation, specifically historically black colleges and universities, and maybe the only time they'd ever be able to access one of these schools.
I got accepted into Wiley College. I feel really good, and I feel like I came a long way from my freshman year, so hopefully the future will be better.
Seeing Kira get accepted to Wiley College is such a historic moment for not only our school, but for her family and for herself. So I am so proud of her and cannot wait to support her in Marshall, Texas.
A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of spirit for going to college, particularly for historically black colleges and universities, and consistent with our strategic plan where we are providing resources both inside and outside the classroom to give kids the opportunities that they need in order to pursue a postgraduate career. I want to thank our Board of Education for continuing to support our efforts here in the Rialto Unified School District.
On today's Bridging Futures, the United College Action Network UCAN College Fair brings post-secondary college opportunities to RUSD seniors.
We are here with over 30 colleges and universities that will be doing on-the-spot admissions and scholarships. Today, we hope to see up to 1,000 students from the surrounding districts, and in this partnership this year, we expect to get 200 to 300 Rialto Unified School District students accepted to college. We are confident we'll have over $2 million in scholarship offers.
It feels good to be accepted to a college. Like, that's my first application. I've always wanted to go to an HBCU. My family's from HBCUs. And it just feels good to, follow in their footsteps.
I just got accepted to Johnson C. University. It's a good opportunity for me. I feel happy about it. HBCU, I want to experience that.
Our students have worked hard in preparing their resumes and preparing their communication skills for interviews. What is unique about this college fair is that students get on-the-spot scholarships, they get full rides, they get admission, which basically helps them to be really jazzed up about the college admissions process.
I'm from Rialto High School and I just got accepted to Tuskegee University, and I know my mom's going to be very proud.
I got a scholarship to a Florida university for $8,000. I feel really excited, and it's just a great opportunity because I didn't know a lot about these colleges before, and having the opportunity to talk to the director of the admissions office, it's more personal.
This is the one time where kids will get an opportunity to see colleges and universities from all across the nation, specifically historically black colleges and universities, and maybe the only time they'd ever be able to access one of these schools.
I got accepted into Wiley College. I feel really good. I feel like I came a long way from my freshman year, so hopefully the future will be better.
Seeing Kira get accepted to Wiley College is such a historic moment for not only our school, but for her family and for herself. So I am so proud of her and cannot wait to support her in Marshall, Texas.
A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of spirit for going to college, particularly for historically black colleges and universities, and consistent with our strategic plan where we are providing resources both inside and outside the classroom to give kids the opportunities that they need in order to pursue a postgraduate career. I want to thank our Board of Education for continuing to support our efforts here in the Rialto Unified School District.
On today's Bridging Futures, the United College Action Network UCAN College Fair brings post-secondary college opportunities to RUSD seniors.
We are here with over 30 colleges and universities that will be doing on-the-spot admissions and scholarships. Today, we hope to see up to 1,000 students from the surrounding districts, and in this partnership this year, we expect to get 200 to 300 Rialto Unified School District students accepted to college. We are confident we'll have over $2 million in scholarship offers.
It feels good to be accepted to a college. That's my first application. I've always wanted to go to an HBCU. My family's from HBCUs. And it just feels good to, follow in their footsteps.
I just got accepted to Johnson C. University. It's a good opportunity for me. I feel happy about it. HBCU, I want to experience that.
Our students have worked hard in preparing their resumes and preparing their communication skills for interviews. What is unique about this college fair is that students get on-the-spot scholarships, they get full rides, they get admission, which basically helps them to be really jazzed up about the college admissions process.
I'm from Rialto High School and I just got accepted to Tuskegee University, and I know my mom's going to be very proud.
I got a scholarship to a Florida university for $8,000. I feel really excited, and it's just a great opportunity because I didn't know a lot about these colleges before, and having the opportunity to talk to like the director of the admissions office, like it's more personal.
This is the one time where kids will get an opportunity to see colleges and universities from all across the nation, specifically historically black colleges and universities, and maybe the only time they'd ever be able to access one of these schools.
I got accepted into Wiley College. I feel really good. I feel like I came a long way from my freshman year, so hopefully the future will be better.
Seeing Kira get accepted to Wiley College is such a historic moment for not only our school, but for her family and for herself. So I am so proud of her and cannot wait to support her in Marshall, Texas.
A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of spirit for going to colleges, particularly for historically black colleges and universities, and consistent with our strategic plan where we are providing resources both inside and outside the classroom to give kids the opportunities that they need in order to pursue a postgraduate career. I want to thank our Board of Education for continuing to support our efforts here in the Rialto Unified School District.
On today's Bridging Futures, the United College Action Network UCAN College Fair brings post-secondary
How are you, sir? Do we have a motion to adjourn closed session?
So moved.
Do we have all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Open session is reconvened. At the direction of the Board of Education, board meetings are recorded, broadcasted, and streamed live and may capture images and sounds of those attending the meeting. Tonight we begin our school board meeting with a presentation by Frisbee Middle School, home of the Falcons. But first, let's have Daniel Vega, music president and 8th grade Frisbee student, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Please stand and put your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now, led by Frisbee Middle School music director Miss Henderson, Frisbee student musicians will perform a melody of That's the Way I Like It, and Eye of the Tiger, and Lady Marmalade.
Ooh.
Wow.
Little funk session.
Saxophone. This ought to be fun.
to the horn section. We get a drummer some. Good job. He was keeping the game.
We want to thank Frisbee Principal Dr. Rollins, Assistant Principal Dr. Jackson, and parents and guardians for supporting our students' performance. Let's give another round of applause to Ms. Henderson, the music teacher. All right. You know, it's funny. I don't know if I'm getting older or what, but I got on this board when I was 30, and now that I'm 40, I'm catching myself reminiscing a lot. And the last board meeting, we had a presentation, a music presentation. The students were so good. I had a daydream of myself practicing Kung Fu on the mountain. And this time, the band was so good, I heard the Eye of the Tiger. It brought me back to my amateur boxing days. And I swear, I almost would have hit that floor shadow boxing right there. But they were really good. Keep up the good work. Next we go
and kitty, yai, yai, yai.
That one made me want to dance, but the Eye of the Tiger made me want to shadow box. Okay. Next we go to adoption of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
To have a pool?
You have a pool?
Yes.
Okay.
We'd like to request a pull item H5, agreement with Pathfinder Ranch Science and Outdoor Education School, which will be revised and brought back at a future board meeting.
All right, that was item, and for clarification, that was item
H5.
H5.
Yes, H5.
Okay.
So now I move to adopt the agenda as amended.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next we go to presentations, and we'll begin with item B, Middle School Student District Student Advisory Committee, DSAC presentations.
Thank you, President Montes. First, for representing Cole Middle School, we have Shania Sims and Bernardo Marisco.
Yes, we do.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, lead strategic.
Bernardo.
Oh. Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, lead strategic agent Dr. McDuffie, and viewing audience. I am Shania Symes, the ASB Secretary of the Mighty Cougars, and this is Bernardo Mariscal, our Vice President. We have had a great start to the 2019-2020 school year at Kolb. We have had lots to celebrate at Kolb, as the preliminary 2019 CAS testing scores show tremendous growth overall in math and English. We're also extremely proud that our African American and special education students made huge growth this past year. And a special shout out to our 6th grade students for excelling the most. It was the hard work from our teachers and students that has catapulted us to the top. We look forward to bigger gains this next year as we continue to move forward by attending our Saturday Math Academy standard-driven programs, which include multiple knowledge bowls and enhanced AVID experiences and college visits. Kolb is planning meaningful activities for the Courage Week in early October, which includes assemblies, lunch events, and awesome apparel giveaways. Our hope is that our students will learn the value of standing up for each other and spreading kindness, not negativity. Our goal to start our new Cougars off on the right foot continues this year with web leaders meeting monthly with their 6th grade teams and eating lunch with the new kids every Wednesday. Yesterday, they hosted an after-school movie just for our new Cougars on campus. Building our students up from the beginning and strengthening relationships throughout the grade levels is helping their transition more successful and improves our school culture. Cope has launched the Royal and Orange Staff teams this month, and you would not believe how much fun our adults are having on campus. Our spirit days have boomed, and the feeling of camaraderie within the teams has improved morale by leaps and bounds. We cannot wait to see what develops next, as each team is focusing on how to give back to our community and pulling in our student body. Cougars are always loud and proud, and these efforts show that off. Our first dance was a giant success, and our students are already getting excited for our spooky spectacular at the end of October. Our fall prep rally on Patriots Day included a good old-fashioned potato sack race for our athletes and lots of hooping and hollering, which included our football and volleyball teams leading team chants at the end. It has been a very busy first quarter so far, and we plan to continue the momentum of building up students and staff while striving for academic excellence. Cougars loud and proud.
Thank you, guys. Next up, we have Erica Zamora representing Cusera Middle School.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, Lead Strategic Agent Dr. McDuffie, and viewing audience. My name is Erica Zamora, ASB President of Cusera Middle School. I am here to present the highlights for Cusera for the month of September. I would like to start off by saying our first chocolate fundraiser was a major success. We sold over 500 boxes of chocolate. So far, our volleyball team is working hard and they are undefeated. Our football team did not go down without a fight while they were facing Rialto Middle School last week. Sadly, they were defeated by 1 point. Tomorrow, our school is taking it back to the decades for our first dance of the school year. This dance is going to consist of decades from greasers in the 50s to the grunge hard rock look in the 90s. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, there is an activity at lunch to celebrate this culture that many people are fond of. During this activity, people were invited to a lunch table to create beautiful tissue paper flowers. Along with keeping activities fun at Cusera, we are boosting our students up with school pride. To get students interested, we created Spirit Weeks for each quarter so students will show off their school spirit by dressing up. There was a great turnout for the Spirit Week, from bringing back an outdated trend to dressing up as twins. Along these lines, competitions are being held for each grade level on Fridays each quarter. These competitions are to show off their Coyote spirit, and whichever grade level has the most students wearing spirit shirts on Fridays will win a special prize at the end of the quarter. Students can also win special prizes by earning Coyote Cash to buy items at our PBIS store, which is located at our ASB window. Our ASB team is working very hard and doing a great job in keeping our school a welcoming and clean place, as well as creating beautiful boards and posters to make our school look very colorful. Also, some of the boards and posters are encouraging our students to be kind every day and to be their very best. Our #1 goal at Cusera is to be a PBIS-focused school, and we strive to be respectful, responsible, and safe. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you. Next up, we have Emily Felix representing Frisbee Middle School.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members of the Cabinet, Lead Strategic Agent Dr. McDuffie, and parents and fellow students. I am Emily Felix, and I am here representing Frisbee Middle School tonight. This first quarter at Frisbee has been a busy one for us. We launched our school-wide fundraiser last month and have distributed 430 boxes of World's Finest Chocolate. We have top sellers that have surpassed the 10-box mark, and they are ready to redeem their prizes. Eligible students will attend a day at Castle Park and Knott's Berry Farm in November and December. We are also excited to be partnered up with the County of San Bernardino Department of Public Health that are bringing out educational resources and tools to inform students about recurring issues in teen community. Last month, they demonstrated the effects of drunk driving, of being in a car with someone under the influence. Students got to see with special design goggles firsthand what that could look like. Every month, they will bring out a prevention resource for us. We also have celebrated Hispanic Heritage Month by highlighting cultural traditions in the Latino community. Every Tuesday, we host a lunchtime activity dedicated to Hispanic Heritage Month. We had loteria, paper flowers, and we will even have our very own Miss Avila, math teacher, host a ballet folklorico workshop. Lastly, our clubs and running this year have a variety of clubs to offer our student body, such as Drama Troupe, Students Run LA, Girl Scouts, Frisbee Sororities, BSU, the Gaming Club, our Lego Robotics Club, just to name a few. We want to offer our students a variety of extracurricular options to participate in. That's all for this evening. Thank you for your time.
And lastly, we have Jessica Armenta representing Jehu Middle School.
Good evening, President Montes, Honorable Board, Dr. McDuffie, and viewing audience. I am Jessica Armenta, member of Jehu's ASB. This year has just started and I am already tired. We have held back to school night, a dance, our sports teams are already killing it on the fields and court. We have had a few lunchtime activities, our teachers are helping us win a school-wide class wars competition, and we have a pep rally Friday. Not to mention winning gold for PBIS. There is no stopping the Jaguars this year. And that's not all. We are all getting ready for our Power Award celebrations for streets who have achieved PBIS excellence for the first quarter. The running team is getting in shape for Run Around the Blocks in a few weeks. Our class wars between 6th, 7th, and 8th grade is heating up. 8th grade has been in the lead until last Thursday when teachers in 7th and 6th grade came out decked as pirates. Arg, that's right, me hearties. We had pirates swashbuckling their way around campus, making everyone walk the plank. Now we have set our sights on Bullying Week in 2 weeks. We will have Spirit Day every day. School-wide activities will also be held to focus on how students can help end bullying. Come on over and check it out. Yearbooks are being sold, clubs are up and running, or sewing for a sewing club, or dancing for a dancing club, or strumming for a guitar club. This could go on all night with 16 clubs on campus. It is nonstop fun over on the south end of town with Jaguars. If you get a minute, come on over and see what we are up to. You will leave as tired as I am. I am Jessica Armenta signing off with our school motto, giving our best, never settling for less. Have a great evening, everyone, and may you all enjoy your evening.
All right.
Thank you, Student Board Member Mr. Douglas. And now can we get a report out of closed session?
Yes, President Montes, good evening. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Don Niswanger Bowman, High School Assistant Principal. The roll call vote was as follows. It was unanimous. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Cynthia Poole, Middle School Assistant Principal. The roll call was unanimous. That's all I have.
And Cynthia, I believe, is in the audience if she wants to come up and shake our hands.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Enjoy.
That was pretty tough because we're losing a good teacher, but we're gaining a good administrator. So congratulations. Next, we go to item C, comments. Public comments from the floor. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. And first we have Mrs. Jennifer Bailey. Miss. Did I get that right? I'm sorry.
No, Mrs.
Oh, Mrs. Sorry.
It's Mrs. Good evening, Board of Education. I am excited to be here and talk with you about the librarians at
Rialto's high schools. So last year we lost every single one of our high school's librarians. And I think it went unnoticed by the public because they retired or tragically passed away. They were not replaced, which I feel like is a huge disservice to the students of Rialto's high schools. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget what I want to tell you. This concerns me as a parent because I've seen the impact of reading on my own children. As a teacher, it concerns me because I've seen the impact of reading on my students being successful in college, becoming readers in high school, which whenever I talk to people always tell me it can't be done, but I've seen it done over and over and over. As a citizen of Rialto, I recognize that informed critical thinkers are made through reading. So I understand that teacher librarians are expensive, but I don't know how we can claim to value literacy and say that all students will be reading at grade level but not employ librarians, which are vital factors in the reading achievement of students. Library clerks are amazing and hardworking people. Every library clerk I've encountered in Rialto has been a fantastic person who works hard for our students' literacy. But I think it's unfair that we ask them to take over the jobs that have been vacated by these certificated librarians. So that's my first concern. My second concern is the new boundaries. So I don't know if I can tell you that right now, President Montes, because it's item K1. I didn't realize it was on the agenda for today. Would you rather I come back and take a different 3 minutes?
Yeah, if you would like to come back, that's fine.
Okay.
Just so we could follow the agenda.
I think she means later in the meeting.
No. Well,
Yeah,
no,
so-
we're going to items on agenda.
Right next.
Right after, yeah. It won't be long. Yeah,
wanna
if you could,
just have a
we'll give
seat
you an
for a
additional 3 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all that I have to say about the high school library.
And this is coming from one of the best English teachers in Rialto, I will say.
Thank you, Nancy. Any questions or? Okay, thank you.
And Dr. McDuffie, that is a very serious concern. I was unaware those positions had not been filled, and I would like that looked into.
I'll talk to the superintendent about that.
Okay.
They're irreplaceable. They're
Right.
irreplaceable. They truly are. No, we get it.
Right.
We get it. Some of them were 20, 30-year librarians. Yeah. Some of them had students and the children of their students and the children of their students. Okay, Nora Mendoza.
Sí. Buenas noches, mesa directiva,
Good evening, board,
maestros, personal de todo el distrito y
teacher,
padres
and
de
district
familia.
staff and parents.
Ya extrañaba estar aquí.
I missed being up here.
Primero que nada, este es un llamado para los maestros que ponen barreras cuando un padre de familia les escribe emails en español.
This is a call to all the teachers who put impediments every time that a parent writes them an email in Spanish.
Y al preguntar por qué no contestan mis respuestas a las preguntas,
And when asked why they don't give an answer to the questions posed,
dicen que no hablan español, que fue Google Translate por el que no contestaron lo que les
they
pedía.
say that they don't speak Spanish, and that it was because of Google Translate that they were not able to answer the questions that we were asking.
Ya por 3 semanas mi hijo sigue con su misma calificación. Él ha estado asistiendo a tutoría y a escuela los sábados.
My child, for the last 3 weeks, has remained with the same grade. He has been going to tutoring and Saturday schools.
Incluso la maestra de Career Center de una de sus clases selectivas manda emails también a sus maestros para pedir información de sus grados.
In fact, one of the teachers of his elective classes has been sending emails requesting information from regarding his grades.
Ya que mi hijo es uno de tantos niños que en el 9 grado no ha reclasificado, por esa razón recibe ayuda extra.
Since my child is one of those children that at 9th grade has not yet been reclassified, is the reason why he receives this extra help.
Para la señora Ábalos, que es la maestra del Career Center, también es difícil
For Ms. Avalos, who happens to be the teacher at the Career Center, it's also very difficult
que le respondan los emails a algunos maestros.
To have her own emails answered by some of the teachers.
Ya pueden imaginar cómo está la situación para mí también.
You might imagine how the situation is for me as well.
En estos tiempos el idioma no debería ser impedimento. En estos tiempos el idioma no debería ser
In
impedimento.
today's world, language should not be an impediment.
En todas las escuelas tenemos personal bilingüe y con un clic pueden mandar el email y que lo traduzcan para la persona.
At every school there is bilingual staff, and with a simple click you can have that email translated.
También pedí hablar con ella o que me llame y no recibí respuesta alguna.
I also asked to speak to her, and I asked her to call me, but I have received no answer.
Mañana estaré en la escuela a las 7 de la mañana.
Tomorrow morning I'll be at school at 7 a.m.
Para estar ahí cuando la señora Castro, maestra de matemáticas,
To be there when Ms. Castro, the math teacher,
llegue y me pueda dar alguno de sus minutos.
arrives, and she might be able to give me some of her
Para
time.
mí mi hijo es mi prioridad, aunque la maestra Castro no aseguró poder mirarme.
For me, my child is a priority, even though Ms. Castro didn't assure me that she could see me.
Pero yo seré persistente.
But I'll be persistent.
Algo más, por años he tenido PTC conference y no he logrado lo que necesito,
For years I've had PTC conferences and have not gotten what I need,
que es que mi hijo reclasifique
which is for my child to be
y
reclassified
salga del programa Aprendiz de Inglés.
and to exit at the English Learner program.
Ahora estoy pidiendo un SST
Now I'm asking for an SST
para que me hagan un plan de trabajo mano a mano,
so that they can give me a work plan, one-on-one.
pero el señor García recomienda un PTC.
But Mr. Garcia is recommending a PTC.
A estas alturas, mi hijo del 9 grado necesita un plan efectivo y no solo
At this stage, my child in 9th grade needs an effective plan and not simply
mi hijo, sino todos los estudiantes que aún no reclasifican en todo el distrito escolar de Rialto.
and not only my child, but all those other students who haven't been reclassified in the entire Rialto School District.
Maestros,
Teachers,
por favor atiendan a los padres que los buscan, aprovechen que somos solo unos cuantos los que buscamos información.
please listen to the parents who are seeking you out, and take advantage of the fact that it's only a few of us.
Ya que desafortunadamente muchos otros padres no tienen la información,
Since unfortunately many other parents do not have the information
tanto de sus derechos como de sus responsabilidades.
regarding their rights as much as their responsibilities.
Algunos de nuestros derechos, como exigir educación de excelencia para nuestros estudiantes.
Some of our rights, such as demanding an excellence in education for our
No que
students,
los mantengan en una esquina segregados sin recibir calidad de educación.
and not that they be kept in a corner segregated and not be given a high quality education.
Otra de nuestras responsabilidades como padres,
One of our responsibilities as parents
como estar constantemente abogando por nuestros estudiantes
is to constantly advocate for our
y no
students
aceptar que otros den largas al asunto que solo aprovecha para ellos mismos.
and not allow others to just keep postponing these issues, which is only convenient for them.
Ya que solo pues pierden nuestros hijos académicamente, tiempo muy valioso académico.
Because the only ones that lose out are children who lose very valuable academic time.
Y ahora quiero dar las gracias
And now I want to thank
a la señora Mari Sandoval
Ms. Mari Sandoval
y a ustedes mesa directiva también por apoyar y a todos los que hicieron posible
and you, the board, for supporting us, and all those who made possible
que nuestra agenda la tengamos en español,
that our agenda be now published in Spanish.
porque ahora podremos estar más informados y dar nuestras opiniones,
Because now we will be better informed and be able to give better opinions.
ya que nuestros hijos merecen padres informados para recibir excelencia y no mediocridad.
Since our children do deserve to have better informed parents so that they can receive an excellent education and not mediocrity.
Y muchas gracias a la señora Leonor Harrison también por traducir.
And thanks so much to Ms. Leonor Harrison for translating the agenda.
Gracias. Buenas noches.
Good evening.
Next we go to Mrs. Celia Saravia.
Tengo que usar el vaquito. Buenas noches, miembros de la mesa directiva.
Good evening, members of the board.
Presidente Mr. Montes.
President Mr. Montes.
Vicepresidenta Ms. O'Kelly.
Vice President Ms. O'Kelly.
Dr. McDuffie.
Dr. McDuffie.
Audiencia.
And audience.
Soy Celia Sarabia.
I am Celia Sarabia.
Y represento al grupo de apoyo de padres de niños especiales.
And I represent a support group of parents of children with special needs.
Y esta noche queremos destacar
Tonight we want to emphasize
todo lo que Miss Bridget Ely
all that Miss Bridget Ely
está haciendo por los estudiantes de educación especial.
is doing for the special education students.
Está planeando tener clases de arte
She's planning on having art classes
para los niños especiales,
for special children
para apoyar el talento de muchos estudiantes.
to support the talent of many students.
Ya hizo muchas actividades de arte
She has already had many arts and related activities
durante el verano
throughout the summer
con los estudiantes.
with the students.
También gracias a la Junta Directiva
Also, thanks to the board
por su trabajo
for their work
con nuestros estudiantes.
with our students.
A nuestro superintendente, Dr. Ávila,
Thanks to our superintendent, Dr. Avila,
y a muchos de nuestros maestros,
and to many of our teachers.
porque tenemos muy buenos maestros aquí en nuestro distrito.
Because we have very good teachers here at our district.
Gracias por su esfuerzo y dedicación
Thank you
con
for
nuestros
your-
estudiantes.
Thank you for your effort and dedication to our students.
También quiero destacar a nuestro estudiante Sergio Olmos
I also want to emphasize our student Sergio Olmos,
por su participación en China,
his participation in China,
por agarrar el primer lugar en el torneo de soccer
and for obtaining the first place in the soccer tournaments
y representar a nuestro distrito.
and representing our districts.
Estamos muy orgullosos de Sergio.
We are very proud of Sergio.
También
Also,
quiero mencionar a Mr. José Reyes.
I want to mention Mr. Jose Reyes.
La junta pasada no estuvo en la junta del board
At the last meeting, he wasn't here at the board meeting
porque estuvo en el tercer debate presidencial demócrata en Texas.
because he was at the third presidential primary debate in Texas.
Era el intérprete de Beto O'Rourke.
He was the interpreter.
Era la voz de él.
Beto O'Rourke. He was the voice of Beto O'Rourke.
Tenemos grandes en nuestro distrito.
We have great people in our district.
Ya casi estamos cerca de la excelencia.
We're almost close to excellence.
Tenemos grandes en nuestro distrito. Trabajemos todos unidos
Let's all work united
para lograr la excelencia.
to achieve excellence.
Juntos haremos la diferencia.
Together we'll make a difference.
Gracias por tener la agenda en español.
Thank you for having the agenda in Spanish.
A Miss Leonor Harrison por todo el tiempo estar apoyando, y yo sé que es su trabajo, pero también ella se esfuerza de más.
And to Ms. Leonor Harrison for always supporting us. I know that that is her job, but she really goes far and beyond.
Felicidades a todos los que recibieron su nombramiento en nuestro distrito.
Congratulations to all those who were appointed in our district.
Esperamos muchísimo de ustedes.
We expect a lot, a
Que
whole lot from you.
Que trabajen
That you work
fuerte para nuestros estudiantes
hard for our
y nuestra comunidad.
in our community.
A Beyoncé, estás muy guapo, hijo.
Beyoncé,
Estás
you're very
representando
good,
muy
sir.
bien a tus estudiantes.
You're representing the students really well.
Sí, es muy bueno ver que muy ordenado, muy eres la cara de todos los estudiantes
It is
y los
really
estás
good to see
representando
how
muy bien.
orderly you are, and you're the face of the students, and you're representing them quite well.
Thank you.
Felicidades. Tenemos que destacarlos, tenemos que hacerlos sentir a nuestros estudiantes todo el valor que tienen, y tú eres muy valioso acá.
We have to let our students know how valuable they are,
Yes.
and you're very valuable when you're here.
Gracias.
Thank you.
¿Y el presidente de la mesa directiva?
También.
Thank you. Okay, next we go to items on the agenda, and we would like to call back Mrs. Jennifer Bailey.
Hi again. So my concern is about item K1, which is the redrawing of the boundaries for the schools. I'm not concerned that we have to redraw boundaries. I understand that that's a necessity, that when schools are overcrowded, we have to redraw and kids have to go different places. However, I'm concerned with how the new boundaries were presented. At a school site council meeting, I was informed that the district has declining enrollment, but I read on my notice that my students are changing schools that it was population was a factor in redrawing the boundaries. It felt like a lie to me. Since relationships are an important element related to student success, I would think that we would want students to remain at the school in which they've formed strong relationships with teachers and the other support staff that's on the campus. Further, I thought that parents should have been given the option to remain at their current school until their student's promotion, while simultaneously not allowing any new students from outside the new boundaries. I felt like that would be a way that would allow the students who have formed relationships to stay at the school where they formed those relationships. And parents who wanted a change, they could go ahead and move those kids over, and then the new little ones would come in and you would balance out all the numbers that you needed without disrupting students' education. I think that if students really are Rialto's #1 priority, I hope that you reconsider the movement of the students and replacing librarians. That's it. Any questions?
No, thank you. And just for clarification, the changing of the boundaries is necessary every, I don't know how many years, but we're definitely looking for at the future impact, particularly into how many homes? They say it's
like 6,000.
The 6,000.
The first phase is like 300.
700.
700 new homes, and then about 6,000 or 7,000 new homes that are going to be built with time here in Rialto School District. So part of the, although there's minor slight decline in enrollment now, we are getting ready for the future influx of students. Yeah, and the district is taking steps to make those accommodations and give parents a choice. I don't have all the full details right now, but maybe Dr. McDuffie could get you that information after the meeting.
The form said that if they're going into fifth grade at that school, they can stay, and if they're involved in a program, so my fourth grader and my third grader would be able to stay. Which honestly isn't an issue. My concern is that parents weren't given the option to just keep their kids at the school where they are and let them finish.
So I'm going to have to just stop you right there as a board member because you're not officially on the dais on your comments. They're not supposed to be recorded. They won't be recorded from there, and that's not part of the business meeting, okay? So anything I know you're going to follow up from there? We're good?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you, Ms. Walker, for that point of order. Next, we go to comments from association executive members. We'll begin with Rialto Education Association.
Hello, good evening, families of Rialto, school board members, and staff of RUSD. I'm Maisha Calloway, and I am the Vice President of the Rialto Education Association. I am here this afternoon speaking on behalf of Lisa Lindberg, our president, who is under the weather this afternoon. So she kind of called me at noon and was like, can you go? Yeah. Happy to be here this afternoon. We just have a few things that we want our school district and the families of Rialto to be aware of. On the registertovote.ca.gov, at this current time, 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds can pre-register to vote. So we just want our families to be aware that if the students go in at the age of 16 and 17, they can pre-register, and as soon as they turn 18, they will automatically be registered to vote. So we thought this was a good way to get all of our students pre-registered so that when it's time to vote and they're 18, they won't be doing it at the last minute. So we just wanted to let our families and the district and everyone be aware of that. Also from REA, we have some really exciting things going on that we're excited about. As you guys all know, we have a lot of new teachers hired who were really eager and excited about being here in the school district. So REA is sending over 50 teachers to the new teacher conference. The fun part about this is normally we only spend about 30, but as an executive board, we decided to open it up so that all of our new teachers could could go and enjoy the new teacher conference. So it's the New Educators Weekend, and it will be in San Diego in December. And those teachers will be able to go out, I think on Friday afternoon, spend the weekend down there, learn a lot of valuable things, and just have a good relaxing weekend with other new teachers. The sessions will include classroom management, creating a productive and inspiring learning environment, navigating IEPs in special education areas, what I wish I knew my first year teaching, working with colleagues, administrators, and parents, because you know we're all about customer service here. Teaching is a career, student loan forgiveness programs for educators, resources and programs for CTA available to members. So we just wanted to let you guys know that we are behind our new teachers, and we just want to show them everything that they need to know to have a successful year and to be outstanding for our students. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we go to California School Employees Association, CSEA. Okay, if they decide to come up, we can go back. Next, we'll go to Communication Workers of America. And lastly, Rialto School Managers Association. Okay, if anybody decides to come up, we'll give them an opportunity. So we'll next go to comments from our Deputy Superintendent, Dr. McDuffie.
Thank you, President Montes. Good evening, everyone. I am not Dr. Avila, our superintendent, but I will tell you that I have news and really wonderful news. We are officially a nationally recognized district. So I'm extremely excited to be here tonight to share that our superintendent, Dr. Avila, is at Washington, D.C., where earlier this morning he represented the Rialto Unified School District, which, by the way, is the only one of 14 districts in the entire nation to collect an Environmental Sustainability Award at the nation's capital. Give ourselves a round of applause. It's exciting. As you know, at the direction of this board, Dr. Avila has worked very closely with the district science leaders, Dr. Ed D'Souza and Juanita Chan, Thomas Vasta, our instructional support specialist, and Brian Montes, our ground supervisor, all who are pictured here in this official picture taken this morning from D.C. To bring environmental literacy and science to the forefront. We earned this award by prioritizing teaching students to be responsible citizens of a global society. This includes being one of the first districts in California to develop and earn University of California approval for courses based on environmental sciences that promote students making green college and career choices. Dr. Avila and I spoke earlier today, and he shared that state representatives in D.C. informed him that they are pushing for other school districts in other states to visit us here in Rialto and follow our lead. When he told me this, I want to tell everyone watching, it made me personally feel so proud to be a part of this school district. I also want to add that on September 19th at the County Superintendent Ted Alejandre's State of the County Education Address, after Eisenhower's JROTC students performed, Mr. Alejandre highlighted the many ways that Rialto Unified is leading the way in environmental literacy and how we are now the green school district to observe. It was wonderful when we opened the county program with so much emphasis on our district, and specifically how we are a sustainable entity. Dr. Avila thanks our teachers, our support staff, our administrators, and of course, our students. And speaking of environment and nourishment, we also have another award coming up. I want to just congratulate our Nutrition Services Division for earning the wait for it. Earning the CDE and California Department of Food and Agriculture and Office of Farm to Fork first ever Farm to Summer One in a Melon Award.
One in a melon.
Give you a second to digest that. And they received this award for completing the 2019 F2 Summer Week Challenge. There are only 10 other awardees that RUSD Nutrition Services shares this with, so we are happy that our nutrition services received this One in a Melon Award. Congratulations. And finally, September 17th with Dr. Avila, Kelly Bruce, our innovations agent, and our board clerk, Ms. Dina Walker. We attended the UCAN College Fair at A.B. Miller High School in Fontana. Speaking with Dr. Rowe, he shared that within the 4-year partnership alone, our students have earned over $2 million in scholarships to free rides to historically black colleges and universities.
Wow.
Give a hand. It was wonderful to have all 4 of our high schools in attendance. Thank you to our counselors and our administrators from district and school sites in supporting our students with information and paperwork needed to head to college. We also have a Bridging Future video trending on that UCAN event on our social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram. So enjoy that as well. Lastly, Dr. Avila will be back and share more at our next school board meeting. But, I'm kind of glad that I got an opportunity to share this exciting news with all of RUSD. So I'm just on cloud 9 being a part of this district and very proud. So have a nice evening and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. McDuffie. Next, we go to our very own student board member, Mr. Douglas.
Thank you, President Montes. I just wanted to say that, as I was hearing our DSAC students, I was just thinking back to when I was in middle school, and I went to Terrace Hills and Colton Joint Unified School District. And I just think back to how we didn't have it, most of these things that these kids are getting to have, their school spirit. Well, our school spirit wasn't like that. I don't think I remember our school colors actually. But just good to hear that that they are getting able to experience these different things, and Hispanic Heritage Month activities, which I think is really good for them to have. And also eating lunch with the new kids is what stood out to me at Cole Middle School that they're doing, because I remember going to Grand Terrace and being the new kid, so it's it was a good, it's a good thing to hear that, they're having lunch with the new kids, and to accept them and to bring them into the school. And also I noticed also in JHU their bullying week that they mentioned, bullying week in 2 weeks, that I think
hopefully that's a week against bullying.
Right. Oh yeah, that's anti-bullying week. Right. But I just I remember talking about in the previous DSEC meetings that we were going to have this, and it's a good thing that we are, because just recently at Carter we've had some bullying incidents that I've heard about, and it's just it's good to just get it out there, because recently we haven't been having these weeks of anti-bullying weeks. So it's also good to get it out there, especially in middle schools, I remember middle school is kind of the tougher years. Yeah. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. And also congratulations to Eisenhower High School for winning their football game against Fontana.
Woo!
42-0.
Yeah.
42 to what?
42-0.
Who did they play?
Fontana High School.
They played Full High?
Ike Pride.
Wow.
Yeah.
Full High's used to be.
Oh no, we kicked your butt back then.
Not me. I was A.B. Miller.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Wow.
I'm a Steeler. Wink. That was our motto, the wink.
So
That's
yes,
awesome. 42 to 0.
42-0. Yes, I was surprised as well.
I'm gonna call Fontana School.
Remember,
District
they were
tomorrow.
CIF champions last year, so they've got a strong team right now at Eisenhower.
Right. So just congratulations to them. And I was also at the UCAN College Fair, and it was successful. I think I got to see a lot of different schools that I liked. I liked one in Virginia that I really liked that I've gotten an application for and I applied for, free application. So it was a good experience to have. And there was also another college fair that happened this evening that I know a lot of people are going to, which is also a good experience, I'm sure. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we go to our very own board member, Mr. Joseph Ayala.
Thank you, President Montes. Tonight, I would like to use my minutes to talk about preventive measures in maintaining positive staff relationships. You know, for the most part, we are moving forward. We're doing good. But, you know, if you look at study history, there's been times where, you know, we've had issues where it's made it difficult for us to move forward. You know, I just want to remind people when we talk with one another, words can be very cruel. They can be devastating. You know, when you work for yourself, you can have that John Wayne attitude, kind of like, if I have a problem with this person, I'll just go get me another customer. But when you work for an institution, it's totally different. You have to get up in the morning and go face the music again. And it can be just one person that you just don't get along with, or you hear that they don't appreciate who you are. That can be devastating. So it's important to go up to an individual and ask for 5 minutes. Can we resolve this? And then when you get that opportunity to resolve an issue with somebody, be positive, okay? Don't be hurtful. Don't be vengeful. Try to get to the root of the problem. What is it? You don't like the way I look, the way I dress? What did I do to you? I'm truly sorry. We had miscommunications. But there are some mean people out there. I'll tell you right now. There are some mean people out there, and, you know, they're still God's children, if that's one way to describe them. I don't know what makes a person mean like that. I do know we have to stay focused, and our focus is to make sure our kids are treated with respect, and that our kids get due process, our kids are moving in a positive direction. But we're their models, and when they see teachers fighting, disputing, and administrators fighting with staff, and not talking nice and respectful to one another, it's like sometimes when they're home, you know, they're going to learn what they see and hear. So let's make sure that when our kids here in Rialto are listening and seeing with their eyes, they see positive things and they don't see negative, unwanted messages. So it's okay, I'll summarize, to disagree with somebody, but it's not okay to be mean and vindictive. Thank you so much for sharing a few viewpoints with you.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Next, we go to our board clerk, Miss Dina Walker.
I'd just like to say congratulations to our people with new appointments, especially those who are already in the district. We have opportunities to stay within the family, so I'm really excited about that, and congratulations. And just that, the last 2 weeks or so, we've seen some college fairs in our district that have been very successful for our students in getting the opportunities. Today's college fair, in partnership with Chaffee Joint Union High School District, as well as Fontana Unified, that was held at Ontario Convention Center. We had finally, our students finally were able to get in the building because there were so many young people that came in. But it was just great to see not only our seniors there, but there were our younger kids. So the ninth graders were given that opportunity to be exposed to colleges. So thank you for everything that you all are doing going to make that access and opportunity available for all of our students in our district. And that's it. Thank you.
Next, we go to our Vice President, Mrs. Nancy O'Kelly.
Thank you, President Montes. I, too, want to congratulate all our new appointments tonight, and we're looking for great things from you, and welcome to our family. Last week, I attended the State of Education event put on by Ted Alejandre, our very own County Superintendent of Schools. It was about inspiring innovation, and what the county superintendent does is he highlights things that are going on in districts and schools in different parts of the county. San Bernardino County is a huge county, so there's a lot going on. Significant issues in education were addressed, such as promoting social emotional wellness and advancing career technical education, with examples of each highlighted in schools in the county that we could see. San Bernardino County high school students exceeded the statewide average in graduation rates for the first time ever. And for 2017-18 school year, the state rate was 83%, and San Bernardino County was 83.4%. And so I'm saying go San Bernardino County. That is awesome. Garner Holt's Education Through Imagination program, they've worked with Redlands Unified at Franklin and Victoria Elementary Schools, where students experience integration of hands-on science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. They've also worked with the Royal Valley High School in San Bernardino to utilize innovative practices in animatronics to fuel problem-based learning experience, and the kids are loving this. And now we are lucky enough to have this same program going at Morgan Elementary School.
And Casey.
And Casey, that's right. Morgan and Casey. And from what the principals are saying, the students are extremely excited about it and learning a lot. So that is awesome. On top of that, they had several student performances from schools throughout the county, which were excellent entertainment. And, you know, I was a very proud school member sitting there because, first of all, I sat down next to school board members from other places, and two of them bragged and said, "We like what you're doing in Rialto," and giving us some recognition. But then County Superintendent Alejandre pointed out, he went on extensively about the great things going on in Rialto with the STEM program, and he pointed out that we are the only, one of the first districts to have A through G environmental science courses approved. And it was just such a thrilling thing to sit through and hear all that. I was just so proud. And I want to thank Dr. Ed D'Souza and Juanita Chan and Brian Montes for the outstanding work they are doing for STEM in Rialto. I mean, if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't have happened. They have been outstanding, and we appreciate it. And now we are the only district to nationally to have earned the Environmental Sustainability Award. So I think we need to give Rialto a big can. And that's all for me tonight. It was a very exciting event. I attend it every year, and I love it every year because it's informational and entertaining and wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Kelly. Next, we go to
you.
Me. Mr. Martinez could not be here tonight due to a family emergency. Please excuse him. And like our Deputy Superintendent, Dr. McDuffie stated earlier, Dr. Avila is with Juanita Chan.
I know.
And Dr. D'Souza.
In Washington.
And Brian Monteith. That's how Ms. O'Kelly says it. In Washington, D.C., receiving the national recognition.
Right.
So, they definitely deserve a big thank you, and we do appreciate all of the hard work that they're doing for this district and this community. I just wanted to begin by welcome everybody here tonight. I want to thank Mrs. Jennifer Bailey for coming here tonight to express her concerns regarding the librarians and regarding the boundary changes. The boundary changes are not easy decisions, and we do keep in mind, we do take into consideration how it can affect the students and the families that the boundary changes apply to. There are things that parents can do. There are rights that parents have regarding inter-district transfer services and whatnot. We do just encourage any parents and students that may be affected by the new boundary changes to please come to and see our district leadership to see if there's anything that can be done to help them transition, or maybe even hold off their transfers. Regarding the librarians, we have a lot of librarians that did retire. Unfortunately, some did pass away, and hopefully we can do everything in our power to make sure those positions are refilled, because our schools do need librarians.
The high schools especially. It's unheard of to have a high school without a librarian.
The elementaries especially.
Well, they have library clerks.
Right.
But the high schools need a certificated librarian.
So we'll make sure, and we'll make sure all the schools, of course, all the schools need librarians. So we'll make sure and share those concerns with Dr. Avila when he returns. Thank you again, Ms. Bailey, for coming forward. The other thing I wanted to just piggyback on Mr. Ayala's comments regarding anti-bullying. Our district has recently been leading the charge in anti-bullying programs, workshops, doing a lot of work at many of our schools. Some of our schools seem like they were experiencing a higher volume of bullying than others, and I'm glad to see that our district is taking measures and being proactive and providing anti-bullying workshops to those schools, the parents, and the students. But we have to remember that bullying comes in many different forms, and the power of words can sometimes cut deep, so deep that if a child is told a negative thing, oftentimes by an adult, it can affect that child for the rest of their life. And I always like to share how somebody that confessed to me that they're not a good typer said, ever since my high school teacher told me I wasn't a good typer, I've never been a good typer. And right away I pointed out to that person, you shouldn't believe that, because they crippled you by telling you that. We need to be careful what we say and do around the children, and when children are hurting each other, we have an obligation to keep our students safe, physically, mentally. So kudos to everyone that's working hard with the anti-bullying campaign going on in our district. The other thing I just wanted to say, we did have today, we had good representation by our very own board clerk, Ms. Dina Walker, at the Regional College and Career Fair that was held today from 4 to 7 at the Ontario Convention Center. This event was expecting to have about 90,000 students from 3 different school districts. And that's why they had to host it at the Ontario Convention Center.
Wow.
They had participating colleges from all over, Cal Poly Pomona, Cal State University San Bernardino, La Loyola, Marymount, Occidental, Pepperdine, UC Berkeley, UCLA, and the list goes on and on and on. So just very, very proud of all of the hard work that our district is doing to really drive home the college culture for our students. And we need to keep in mind that we also should have a little more focus on those students who aren't who choose not to go to college, the trade schools, the vocational opportunities, and we do have some very good vocational opportunities in our district and in our schools. But I've been hearing from some people in the community, they'd like to see a little more for the students who decide that college ain't for them. Let's revamp our vocational training program and beef it up a little bit. But other than that, kudos to everyone involved with this effort. I do have a reminder for the Family and Community Engagement Summit. Next Saturday, September 28th, will be from 8:30 to 2 p.m. Remember, this is the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools that is hosting this, and that'll be at Cal State San Bernardino. For any parents and students who are interested in attending the county's Family and Community Engagement Summit. That brings me to the 11th Annual Parents Summit, October 12th. Please do not forget, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will be at Rialto High School this year. For years now, we've been alternating the Parents Summit at Carter and at Rialto, and now that Eisenhower has its state-of-the-art performing arts center, maybe next year they can host the Parents Summit over there. But this year will be at Rialto High School, so mark your calendar, Saturday, October 12th, which I believe is also Indigenous Peoples Day or Christopher Columbus Day, or both. Then we also have what other announcement? It looks like a committee has been formed in the district at the Parent Center regarding the very first ever in the history of Rialto School District Dia de los Muertos celebration, November 1st, Friday. I think the hours are not completely worked out yet, but it looks like the time frame might be 4:30 and ending sometime 7, 8, or 9. I'm not sure. I would hope that there's enough time for parents who get home at 5, 6 o'clock can still go down and participate. But from what I understand, they're planning on having vendors, traditional Dia de los Muertos altars. Different schools will be participating, food vendors, and so a bunch of different activities. And I highly recommend for anyone who is not familiar with Dia de los Muertos celebrations to attend and learn a little more about that celebration. And with that, that's all I have for tonight. We hope that Mr. Martinez's we send our thoughts and prayers with Mr. Martinez's family, and we also wish a safe return for Dr. Avila, Dr. D'Souza, Juanita Chan, and Brian Montes back to the district. So with that, thank you. Let's move on. Next, we go to D, public hearing. Public hearing pursuant to the requirements of governmental code and board policy, the form of public disclosure of proposed collective bargaining agreement, AB 1200, statutes of 1991, chapter 1213, as revised by AB 2756, government code 3547.5 between the Communication Workers of America, CWA, and the Rialto Unified School District Board of Education is hereby posted in compliance with the legislative requirements for public notice. There's a reference in the agenda, reference D 1.1 through 5, and that is just a public hearing announcement. Next, we go to consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be enacted in one motion unless pulled by Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. In this case, that would be Dr. McDuffie sitting in, our deputy superintendent. So with that, do we have a motion to approve consent calendar items reference E through J?
So moved.
Second.
Comment? That was with a poll.
And of course, yes, and just a reminder, that's all items reference E through J with the exception of reference item H5, which we pulled at the beginning of the meeting off the agenda. So all items E through J with the exception of H5. Do we have a motion? We had a motion in a second. I'm sorry, do we have a preferential vote?
Aye. Right? Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Vote by board members?
Aye.
All right. Now we go to item K, discussion action items. The first item is to approve the attendance boundaries adjustments for the elementary schools to be implemented in the 2020-2021 school year at no cost to the district, reference K 1.1. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second? I'll second it. Questions or comments?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I understand the need because we have schools that are unbalanced. Some have way too many classrooms, some have way too few. That's the reason we have to do this. But
and the future impact of incoming students.
Right. But I do understand Ms. Bailey's point of wishing, when a young child has been in a school for 2 or 3 years, that place is very important to him, and the people there are important to him, and it's very difficult for them to just up and move somewhere. So I do wish we had some other option for parents who really did not want their kids to leave their school.
Mr. Islam?
Yeah, thank you, board. We do have options. I will have our Pilar is here. She monitor our placement of our students every school. So I will ask Pilar to please respond to the concerns the board may have. Yeah.
I'll try not to. So, good evening, board members and community and staff members. My name is Pilar Ayala. I am the District Registration Center Supervisor, and on September 6th, 367 letters went out to all the parents of those students who will be affected by the boundary changes next year. The Registration Staff Center called those 367 parents to verify that they have received the letter. And we also informed them that there will be a process based on availability and space. If on their current school, that an appeal process will be put in place for students who meet certain criteria to remain at their current school. The appeal process will include the submission of an intra-district transfer starting on February 3rd. The request will consider current fourth graders and their siblings. It will also consider students enrolled in special programs such as dual language immersion, ABIT, BAPA, but each intra will be given considered individually based on the student's needs. Out of those 367 parents that we called, we were not able, we left messages to 12 of them, which on an emergency contact or something, so we left messages on 12 parents only. We were not able to contact 3 of them, but out of those 12 and 3, so 15 out of 367, we were able to contact every single one of them. So we verified that they had received the letter, plus we gave them the appeal process that will be taking place on February 3rd.
And the appeal process was outlined in the letter that parents received?
Okay. On the letter, it said, the criteria that each intra will be taken in consideration. We let them know, when we talk to them, and we'll be also sending out a letter as it gets closer to February 3rd to remind them that the appeal process will begin.
So what is the criteria if they're not in a special program or something like that?
Or they're not in fourth grader? It's space availability, and say, for example, depending on the hardship that this will cause on the student, it will be individually looked at by child welfare and attendance to determine if that student can stay at their current school. So we heard from parents, and 54 of them said that they will not submit an intra, that they were happy with the changes. 52 of them said that they're undecided. They were not sure whether they wanted their kid to attend the new school or not. And about 240 did say that they were going to appeal the process.
Right.
But so that's our numbers right now.
Okay.
And Ms. O'Kelly, I just want to mention as well, this is an additional step that the superintendent took, that we contact each and every family and bring this back to make sure that we are addressing the needs, and everyone had a say who is being impacted by this as well.
And Ms. O'Kelly, and the parents were very, very thankful. We heard a lot from the parents that they were very thankful that we were contacting them very, very early on, and that we were giving them an additional step that they could do, that this wasn't the final decision, that their student will be changing schools. So on February 3rd, we'll be looking at the numbers, at the capacities of the schools to determine how many of those kids can remain at that school.
Okay, but I kind of agree with what Ms. Bailey said about, trying to let kids stay where they are, and just anybody new coming into the district, move them somewhere else.
And also
seniority ranks.
Correct. And on February 3rd, when we start taking the interest, we still haven't started registering our kindergartens, so that's also another possibility, that we could look at the numbers of the new incoming kindergartens based on the new kids, that they want to stay at their school. That's why we're starting the intra process February 3rd, and we're kind of arranging it together with our kindergarten registration, so at least we have a better picture of what our schools would look like next year.
Well, please keep us posted as you go along, and if we're getting a lot of parents here at the board meeting, I don't know, we'll have to deal with that when it happens.
Correct.
But may I speak, Ms. O'Kelly, our goal not to displace our existing students, that's our goal. So any incoming new students coming to our districts will be affected with the boundary change because of lack of space. And that makes sense.
I understand that, but we had 367 letters go out for kids who will be affected. So
yes, again, some of them is favorable because for the distance, instead of for the distance walk, I'll be going to near.
If the parents are fine with it, I think it's great. But I just.
And we are going to work with the parents. So we want to make sure our goal is not to displace our existing students, and listen to our parents and look at the conditions, other criteria there. So we will work in this process. That's why we start early on to work to the parents all the way to the next school year, beginning of next school year.
Okay.
So it's just beginning. We're just keeping you item to the board for your approval so we can start the process.
Okay.
I'm on board with Nancy's comments, but I do want to just share a few more comments here. Keep in mind, if autistic children are involved, statistics will share with you that to move them and displace them in any way is very upsetting for them. They don't do well with change. So maybe another term we could use here is to relax the criteria. It's kind of to ease the transition. Obviously, in 3 or 4 years, the transition should smooth out and things will go back to normal. But at the pinnacle of these movements, we have to monitor these very closely, and if we have to throw a little resources at it to make the transition smoother, I don't think there's anybody on this dais that'll vote against it.
That's our goal.
And Mr. Ayala, just to let you know, the special needs students, as far as the boundaries, we're not sending
Affected.
letters,
Right.
will not be affected. We did get some letters that went out to special needs students by accident, and we did call every parent and let them know that due to the boundaries, this shouldn't have happened because they get placed by the best school that it's available to meet their needs, but not according to their address.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to item 2, approve an agreement with HMC Architects for architectural conceptual plans for the redesign of 4 buildings at the Casalunas Educational Center for a total cost not to exceed $20,000 and to be paid from Fund 40 Special Reserve Fund, reference K2.1. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
We're not going to have like giant screen TVs and special loungers or anything in these rooms?
I don't.
No, Mr. Ayala.
I just want to make sure so that we don't have to answer embarrassing questions down the road.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to item 3, ratify the tentative settlement agreement between the Rialto Unified School District and the Communication Workers of America Local 958A. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second? I'll second it.
Comment?
Mr. Ayala.
I just hope they were happy. Typically, Communication Workers of America sometimes don't get their due.
Okay.
And so I hope they did bargain in good faith, and I hope they received what they were looking for. That's my comment.
All right. And just for clarification, Communication Workers of America represent our substitute teachers.
Right.
And many other
Valuable assets.
many other industries. So this item is to ratify the tentative settlement agreement between the district and CWA. So it looks like an agreement has been reached. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to item 4, approve the recommendations for the administrative hearing panel. Administrative hearing case number 1921 and stipulated expulsion case numbers 192010, 1928, 1927, and 1925. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And do vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. Last but not least, we go to item K5, to approve a restated and amended contract for employment with Dr. Cuauhtemoc Avila for service as district superintendent. Prior to the vote on this item, consistent with Government Code Section 54953, the board president will orally report a summary of the salary and compensation paid in the form of fringe benefits under the contract. Oh, where is that here? Okay. Government Code Section 54953 requires the governing board, prior to taking final action on an employment agreement, report the summary of recommendations for the salaries, salary schedules, or compensation paid in the form of fringe benefits for local agency executives. The superintendent is a local agency executive, and a restated and amended contract for employment is before us this evening. The contract has a term through June 30th, 2023. It specifies that the superintendent's base salary will be $278,000.00 annually and will receive a 5% doctoral stipend. stipend. The contract further specifies that the superintendent is entitled to 30 days of annual vacation with pay, the same health and welfare benefits as provided to other certificated management employees of the district, reimbursement for required co-pays, a right to post-separation health benefit coverage or in lieu compensation dependent on his length of service, a $600 monthly automobile allowance, a contribution of $1,792, tenthly toward life insurance premiums, payment of dues in professional organizations, and statutory employer contributions toward the California State Teachers Retirement System. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Comment. It's important not to make a lot of changes. If a district wants to move forward, it takes time to get to learn one another, learn the policies, learn the community. There's a big investment here. And with that being said, education, even though we talk about loyalties, people running the school districts are tempted because they are offered other positions, other places with lucrative packages. And so it is important to understand that if we are going to retain our talent, that we have to step up at times. So just a comment, and so far, while we appreciate all the services, I don't think anybody's in disagreement here. We're moving forward, and we're a team here of inclusion. We're including everyone. No one's being excluded. So, in case anybody's wondering, this is a good place to be.
We're moving on up.
So, that was the end of my comment there.
With that, vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education of the Rialto Unified School District will be held on Wednesday, October 9, 2019 at 7 p.m. at the Dr. John R. Casalunas Education Center, 182 East Walnut Avenue, Rialto, California. Materials distributed or presented to the Board of Education at the meeting are available upon request from the superintendent's office. Tonight, we will hold a moment of silence for Mrs. Lou Ann Biggerstaff, a former teacher for the Rialto Unified School District. Mrs. Biggerstaff passed on September 15, 2019 at the age of 76. Mrs. Biggerstaff worked as a second grade teacher for our district for 22 years. A celebration of life will be held for her on Saturday, September 28, 2019 from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Kendall Place in Redlands. Our thoughts are with Ms. Biggerstaff's family in their time of sorrow. Please join me in a moment of silence as we adjourn our school board meeting in her honor.
Mr. Montes, ¿puede incluir al estudiante de Moreno Valley que falleció ahora por bullying?
Of course, and also a moment of silence for the student who passed away today because of bullying in Moreno Valley. Thank you. And last but not least, item L, adjournment. And would our student board member do us the honor of making a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Preferential vote by student board member?
Aye.
Vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. The time is 8:47 p.m.